So the DAMM v2 new version, and you'll see one of the differences here with the DAMM v1, there's only one pool per pair. On that, it's not possible to create multiple pools, but the DAMM v2, you can create multiple pools, and you just click to expand, and you'll see the top 3 recommended pools. If you click show all, it'll show you all the pools that have ever been created for this pair. Going here, this is one of those pools here. We can see there's over $13 million locked in here. Of course, again, it's not a 50-50 distribution. Pool price, 24-hour volume, 24-hour fee. And you'll notice here that there is no yield listed. Number one, none of these tokens are in the vault, but the DAMM v2 does not utilize the vending vaults at all. That's a major difference between the DAMM v1 and the DAMM v2, is it does not use the vaults at all. So we have our base fee. Cool thing about the DAMM v2 is dynamic fees are possible. Of course, there's the liquidity provider fee and the protocol fee, 20% of the liquidity provider fee. It's actually off the fee collection token. So here's a difference as well. You can have the pool can either give you your fees in both tokens or just one. This particular pool is set up to give you fees in both tokens. And then the fee scheduler, this is not on every pool, but this one is a linear one. So over time, it started at 10%, and then after a minute, it went down, and it went down again. And there's different ones out there that you'll see. And I'm gonna show you more examples here now. This particular meme coin, I wouldn't actually deposit in this one. It looks like there's nothing in it, but we can see here on this linear fee scheduler, it started out at 50%, and over time it slowly went down to match the 6%, which is the base. This one is giving you fees only in SOL. So only the quote token. So that's a cool thing that I like, because whatever this token is, I'm not interested in having that one. So I want all my fees in SOL, and so you can do it that way. That's awesome. Let's see another example here. This one, you're getting the fee collection in only SOL, but there is no fee scheduler. This one just started out at 2%. It does have dynamic fees, though there's currently no volatility on this, so there's no dynamic fee. It's just at 0. And then here's another example here of one where the fee scheduler is set to exponential. So it started out here at 45%, and over time, it starts to drop a lot more dramatically than the linear did, just down to this. And the idea here is starting with a really high fee is, whenever a token first launched, especially a meme coin, you've got snipers coming in and they're hitting that thing early and fast. Well, this is going to make them pay to snipe. So you're charging them a really high fee with that. But over time, as the token goes on, you have more buyers, more pools are created, you need that fee to drop to remain competitive. So that's why that exists. If you have sandwich attacks or MEVs, and if you don't know what that is, go Google it. I'm not going to go into that explanation, but you can earn fees off of those as well. These things are also used as regular launch for like Huma here. This is the main pool for Huma. They launched their token using the DAMM v2. And so that's why there was no fee scheduler here. This is the main pool for that particular pair. It does have dynamic fees or whatever. So let's do an example. Let me just find one here. Sol USDC. That's not the one I want. That one looks weird. Oh, something else I wanted to show you guys. I forgot to mention before. The DAMM v2 in general is like a traditional AMM where the liquidity is not concentrated, but it is possible programmatically to concentrate the liquidity. This particular one has a set price range, so it focuses that liquidity a little bit more instead of spreading it out so much. Of course, if the price of the tokens goes above or below, then you stop earning fees until it comes back into range. So yeah, Let me go back here. DMV2, we'll do a deposit. Here we go. Here's one that it's defining a price range of 70 to 440. I'm going to go into this one. There's no fee scheduler, no dynamic fee. I'm getting my token in both tokens here. You have no choice but to do a balance deposit in the DMV2. It will not auto swap for you. So you just have to do it this way. I'm going to make this deposit and it's telling me insufficient balance. Sometimes whenever you run into that, you can just change this percentage to something else. I'm going to select 99%. Hopefully it doesn't give me trouble here. There we go. So now I've made not my deposit. It's not very big, but I've made a deposit here. And one of the differences here on the DAMM-v2 is that the fees are not automatically compounded back into the pool. They are claimable separately from that. So you'll see that there. Withdrawal is the same. There is a swap function on all pools. This swap is to swap only within this pool itself. Generally speaking, it's not recommended to do that. You're going to get the best price if you use Jupiter, and you do have here in the lower left-hand corner a handy integrated Jupiter swap function. It's right there for you if you want to do that. Do use that to get the best price. We're not really going to talk about locking liquidity. This is usually just for like token creators. If you lock liquidity in here, there's a permanent lock, and permanent means permanent. It's forever. You'll never withdraw. You can only claim fees off of it. And there is a non-permanent way to do it. Generally, this is just for like token creators. I don't recommend that you use that. Another function is that you can define slippage, and that's for liquidity slippage. So when you're putting tokens in, and if something's very volatile, it's moving a lot, and you're having trouble depositing, you can change your liquidity slippage to something higher in order to have the transaction not fail. So there's that. So a little bit on DAMM-v2, how to find opportunities. One, in our LP Army Discord, there is the DGen DAMM chat. So you can go there and guys are talking about tokens. It's like, hey, you know, this pool, it's running, it's doing really good. The thing about if you're doing memes on the DAMM-v2, you got to be quick, because a lot of times what you're getting is the sniper and the MEV volume off of that. After that, sometimes you don't get very much, or it can slow down quite a bit. So you got to be quick with those. But launches, it does work. It's great. I have a QR code here for some people on X who have great strategies. You follow these guys, but there's links directly to the strategies that they're using. So now, and there's a handful of tools. This is not all of them. We're going to talk about Rocket Scan, Jup Pro, and Axiom kind of briefly. Okay, so the first thing is Rocket Scan. Okay, so I'm not going to go super deep into these tools, but this is a great tool to use. It's free. You can track new DLMM pools and new DAMM-v2 pools as they are created. But here we're going to look at discovering tokens here. We'll get it right here into the dashboard. And this can actually happen very quickly. It updates every 5 seconds. So things can pop up like here, top token changed. But if you hover, it'll pause so that you can read. Like this particular one that's coming out, it's got $172,000 market cap. You can copy the contract address here. You can see how much liquidity exists, the buys and sells, 5-minute volume, and so on and so forth. There's links directly to charting tools. You can click this link to check to see if an existing DAMM-v2 pool exists. And of course, you have some filters here that you can see. Maybe you just want to see what's pumping, right? Or maybe you want to see what's dumping. You can earn money off of a token that's dumping. You know, people prefer pumping, but dumping can also earn money. Lots of different choices here. You can specify just specific launch pads, such as Pump Fun, Bonk, so on and so forth, Jup Studio. You can filter out what you want, what you don't want. You can even define market cap ranges. So if you want to say, don't show me anything that's under say 50,000 market cap, you can set that filter and it'll get rid of anything out that's not in there. So this is a great tool to use. Next, we're going to go and look at Jup Pro, or Jup.ag/pro. And I want to look at 5 minutes and then the percentage change over time. And I want to see the up, right? So this token right here in the last 5 minutes, it's been up over 30%. If you were to sort the other way, you could see what's dumping, but I'll just sort by the up. And so that you can see what's hot, what's coming out. You'll see the age, like this one's been out for 20 minutes, and this one for 8 minutes, and so on and so forth. So this is one way that you can find something that's come out that maybe you want to check out. You will see old tokens in there. It's just what's been happening in the last 5 minutes that's top. We also have Axiom.trade/pulse. So 3 columns here, brand new pairs, and you see like this is 10 seconds old. Final stretch, this means that it's getting close to hitting the bonding curve. So it's about to bond to a pool. It's reached enough market cap to actually bond. And then this migrated. So that means that the token is bonded and it's migrated to a pool such as Axiom or say DAMM V2, something like that. So brand new pairs, that's probably the most risky. The final stretch, a little bit less risky. And the migrated, well, it's still risky, but these are already done. I would probably stick to these. And these are just ones that, oh, this looks interesting, I'll keep my eye on it. That's the idea behind that. You do have the ability to filter out certain protocols and all kinds of other filters that you can do, stuff for new pairs. So again, I'm not going to go super deep into this, but this is how you can use these tools to find these different things. And we did do an advanced bootcamp on the DAMM V2, and you can find that on lparmy.com. So yeah, this question, how would you use that? Whenever you're looking at brand new tokens, you're just looking for volume. That's the biggest thing. What's the volume? What's really running here? And it takes some time to kind of figure out what's good, what's bad. And it's gambling, right? If it's a brand new token, you don't know. There's a lot of guys that go in with, oh, I'm going to put in 0.1 soul and a prayer. That's how some of it works. But go and look for that advanced bootcamp on lparmy.com, and you'll get a little bit more information on that.